All right, so I'm going to do a quick product review. I do athletic things like mountain biking, racing dirt bikes, and stuff like that, and I have a screwed up nose, so I have a hard time breathing through my nose. So I have to use the strips that go over your nose to help me breathe, which is good even if you don't have a screwed up nose, that you use those to help you breathe better anyways. But there's a few different kinds, and I went through a hard time trying to figure out which one was the best for me. So I figured I'd help you guys out and give you my experience with what I use. All right, so let me show you the first one. So the first one is just these cheap ones that you can get at Walgreens or Walmart, or any pharmacy sells these ones, which they're not bad. They do help a lot. They help to open up your nose quite a bit. However, they don't last long if you're sweating, or your nose is moving a lot, or your face is moving a lot. They kind of tend to pop off after a little while. If you're just racing like a local dirt bike race that's 10-12 minutes long, this will probably work and get you through and won't fall off in that amount of time. If you're riding longer than that, you might not want to use this one. Now the next one is the Slide. I'm sure you guys have all seen the ads on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all over the place for these ones. These ones are pretty good too. They're a lot more comfortable than the one I just showed you. However, they don't open up my nostrils as much as even the cheap one does. So taking that into consideration, you want to be able to breathe as much as possible while you're riding or doing whatever athletic activity you're doing. So these ones don't open your nose up as much, but they're comfortable and they seem to stick for a long time and not fall off. So they're good for that. Now for my last one and the third one, probably my favorite so far is the Intake. I know you can't read that, but anyways, it comes in this cool little holder, the Intake Breathe Strip, which comes with different sizes. It comes with the little magnets that stick on your nose, and they look like this. So you stick the magnets to your nose, and then you get this guy right there, and that goes on your nose. And it comes with different sizes, so depending on how much you want your nostrils to open up, you can use a bigger one, you can use a smaller one, and it gives you that option, which is pretty cool. And for dirt bike racers, part of that is that some goggles, if you use the really big one, it hits your goggles and kind of tends to fall off, which you don't want, because if it falls off, it does you no good. So they give you different size options for as much as you want to open your nostrils up. And also, if you got goggles situation where you can't put a huge one on there, you got a smaller option for that too. So these ones, however, are not as comfortable as the Slide Strip. The Slide Strip is definitely the most comfortable in my opinion. These ones, as long as applied right, lasted me last 2 weeks ago a 2.5 hour hair scramble and didn't come off, none of that stuff. So as long as you clean your nose real well with like some cleaning wipe or alcohol or something to make sure you don't have any oil or anything on your skin, these last a long time and don't fall off your nose. So that being said, make your choice, whatever one you think is best. The Intake and the Slide Strips are definitely the best. However, this one opens your nose too good. Sometimes you get so much air and oxygen into your brain that you get a little lightheaded because you got so much oxygen. But not a bad thing when you're riding. So hopefully that helps, and that's my product review. Thanks.